Hello everybody, Lurks here, welcome to my channel, and today it's the Bosch washing machine and error F34, which means your drum door is stuck and you cannot get it open. I'll take you through lots of different steps and hopefully we'll get your drum door open for you. Right, let's get cracking. If it's stopped mid-cycle, be wary of any hot water inside the drum and do not try and open the door if the level is above the glass. You may have to drain any excess water using the drainage hose, and I'll explain that later on in the video. If your Bosch washing machine program cycle is finished and you cannot get the door open, it could be something as simple as you've got the child lock on. Now on this particular model, it doesn't matter what you do, even if you switch the machine off, the door lock will not deactivate. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that the child lock is off. And on this particular Bosch Series 4 model, you deactivate the child lock by holding these two buttons down for 3 seconds, and then it will beep, and then the door latch will deactivate and you can open the door. Hopefully that's fixed your problem, nice and simple. If not, the next thing that you can try is just switching it off at the mains and leaving it for about 15 minutes. This may reset the washing machine and allow you to open the door. And I'll just pause the video while you wait for 15 minutes. Welcome back. I'm guessing that didn't work, but hopefully it did. The next thing that you can try is the emergency door release. So if you go to the bottom right hand corner of the Bosch washing machine, open this flap. You've got an emergency door release just above this filter. So take a flat bladed screwdriver, push that into the release system and literally just pull it down. And then you should hear the door actually release. You should hear the catch click open, and then hopefully you've managed to open the door. Next to the emergency door release is the filter, and there's a link above now about how to remove that and give it a good clean. Remember to put the flap back on. If that still doesn't work, then you could have a problem with the door release mechanism. But on this particular Bosch model, there's no real way of actually unclicking this because of the design of it, which means you've probably got a fault with your door release mechanism. But on other Bosch washing machines and other models, you may have a slightly different door latch like this one, in which case you could try an old credit card trick of wiggling that in the seam there and you might be able to catch the door. If not, you can just try a piece of string in the grooves, get that around the drum door, and then pull it and see if you can catch that release mechanism. This one is actually on a hot point machine. Last resort is you can get a great big screwdriver and just wedge it open, but that is not a good idea and I would not advise you to do that. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, if you've got lots of excess water and you cannot open the door, you'll need to drain it first. And you do this by unclipping this drainage hose and just taking the cap off. Now this tray probably wouldn't be big enough if it was really full up. So just make sure you've got plenty of trays available. You can always put the end cap back on just to stop it and then refill it again. Hopefully you've got the door open. If not, you may have to call out a washing machine technician. Oh look, 007. Your boxer shorts are ready, Mr. Bond. Yes. I hope that's been successful for you, and I tell you what, that definitely deserves a lovely cup of tea or a vodka martini shaken not stirred. And another top tip just coming up after the brew, after you've done any washing cycle, always leave the dispenser drawer slightly ajar, and also the drum door, if you leave that open, that just helps with ventilation and stops your washing machine smelling. I hope you found that useful. Up on this side, there's a video on what to do if your dishwasher is not draining water properly. And over on this side, there's a video on how to keep your washing machine hygienically fresh. Thanks for visiting my channel, everyone. I really appreciate it.